This is the Conservatives are October 6, 2012. And I'm going to continue the theme I did in my last video talking about the differences between Romney and Obama, in particular how it affects the 2014 elections, which I think is about the last chance that we're going to have to affect change in the United States. And I think it's a huge election. There are different things that will happen if Romney is elected or Obama is elected. And I want to take them one at a time. And when I'm talking about conservatives, I'm talking about traditional conservatives, people who believe the government should be reduced, not just change the rate of growth. And I don't even care if it's 1%. If somebody said to me, I'm going to reduce government by 1% and then keep it the same for a couple of years, I'd do backflips. There's one single person, maybe outside of Ron Paul and maybe Rand Paul, who are saying these things consistent with other parts of the conservative message. And the other part of the conservative message is to defend vigorously traditional Christian values. Now, again, I reiterate, I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm talking about the values of Christianity. He wants somebody to vigorously defend that. And that's what traditional conservative is. It's a funny thing. It's just a funny thing that there's nobody saying this out there. Not a single person. A cut government. Really cut government. By 1% even. And then the second thing is defend traditional Christian values. We're extremists. There's just nobody there talking like this, and that's left on the stage. Mitt Romney is not this. Mitt Romney is a big government guy. He has a different form of big government than Obama has, but he's a big government guy. There'll be small, nuanced differences between them, but nothing significant. And I've gone into other videos and articles talking about that theme. But I want to talk now about the practicality of Mitt Romney becoming president of the United States and having Congress be a Republican House and a mixed bag in the Senate. What is Romney going to be like going forward, especially in light of the traditional conservative views? Now, Romney is not a conservative. He's a moderate. People can argue some people might say, well, he's a conservative moderate. Some people might say he is just a pure moderate. I happen to believe that he's a moderate liberal, that he's not even, he's more liberal than most moderates. And he is going to be president of the United States. The people around him, maybe not around him, but are going to support him in the Republican Party vigorously, are people like Karl Rove. Bush, Romney is more liberal than Bush, but they're the same kind of people. We're going to have a Republican Party controlled by Romney and people like Karl Rove and other moderates. And what are they going to do to traditional conservatives? Traditional conservatives are going to be marginalized, if not drummed out of the Republican Party. Certainly in leadership. But there will be a sort of a war on traditional conservatives by the Romney presidency. But carry that forward, the moderate message of Romney as president, carrying it forward to 2014. We are going to get a mishmash of policy. We're going to have health care, Romney-Obamacar. We're going to have tax increases. All of these things are going to happen in the first 2 years of the Romney administration. He's going to have the grand fix. He's going to work with the Democrats. What is going to happen to 2014? Because do you really think, honest, take every one of you, I know you hate Obama. I think he's the worst president in the history of this country, by a long shot. But what are we going to get as traditional conservatives with Romney looking to 2014? We'll be fighting from the trenches. We'll be fighting from the dungeons, the basement of the Republican Party. The entire Republican establishment, including the President of the United States, is going to into the 2014 elections just trying to hold ground. Because I'm going to tell you right now, while there might be some sort of recovery, the Romney administration is going to have many of the same problems that Obama has. Huge deficit, increased taxes, relatively slow growth. So that if Romney and the Republicans are president, we are as likely to see in 2014 a Democrat victory, a Democratic backlash, a backlash against Romney. For traditional conservatives, 2014 is lost with Romney as president. And it could be worse than that, because if there indeed is a war against traditional conservatives, we will be marginalized out of existence in the Republican Party. We can form a third party, but going against an incumbent Republican president who is going to be slightly unpopular in 2014, conservatives just aren't going to gain traction. What happens if Obama is president? Well, Obama's presidency is going to be marked by Obamacare, and that's going to be mandates starting in 2013. People have no idea. I know we're talking about it, but no idea the effect of the mandates are going to have on this country. The effect of the IRS enforcing the mandates themselves. Barack Obama is going, and then all of the other things of healthcare law hitting and impacting the lives of people. Everything is going to come into a perfect storm in 2014 for conservatives. We do best when there is a liberal president that we can fight. And where are our best moments in the last 50 years? When were our best moments as conservatives? They were in 1994, when we had this revolution that elected a new brand of conservative Republican to the House of Representatives. They failed us. Don't get me wrong. They failed. But the conservatives were energized, and we effected change. The next big change was 2010. Same thing, the Tea Party. We got all excited about this, and we did effect change. It wasn't enough. They failed us again. The next time we're going to have this kind of perfect storm is 2014. With Obama as president, we have a chance to transform the country in 2014. In my opinion, the difference between Romney and Obama just isn't worth giving up 2014 for. I don't believe we have any more time. I believe as traditional conservatives, we're being defeated at every front. The Romney nomination was proof of that. And again, traditional conservatives, any kind of reduction in government and defending traditional Christian values, those are the cornerstones of a traditional conservative, and we are losing at every front. Our only hope is to have an election, a transformative election, where we finally put the nail in the coffin. We make up for the mistakes of 94. We make up for the mistakes of 2010. And we hold the people to the fire in an election that defeats the Democrats, defeats Obama, and transforms the country. That is only possible with Barack Obama as president. Now, I wouldn't be saying this if there were another nominee on the Republican Party and who brought us hope. But there isn't. And you all know this, deep in the hearts of every one of you who call yourselves conservatives, you know in your heart that he's not going to change anything. You know this is a throwaway vote. The only possibility we have of success is if Obama is president and we make the fight 2014. This is the Conservative Czar. See you next time.